welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Why don't you go ahead and do that right now? I'll wait. Okay, anyway, as you can tell by this title, I'm going to give my 6 steps, I want to say, to taking care of your bleached or dyed natural hair. If you dyed your hair any color, whether it was a box dye or not, your hair was bleached. So these are steps that I've taken from my personal experience to making sure that my hair stayed awesome, stayed on my head, and it didn't break off until I stopped taking care of it. But that's a moot point now. So my first step will be moisture. You have to keep your hair moisturized, especially like the first couple weeks, every couple wash days. Like, you should pre-poo or deep condition before you shampoo, and definitely condition and deep condition after you shampoo, because your hair has been stripped. It gets dry very easily. It takes it a while to build that protein back up needed to lock in that moisture. So if you're constantly putting that moisture in your hair, it helps 1, keep your hair moisturized, 2, keep it from breaking off, and 3, helping your hair to recover from that damage. Also, you will probably want to do not a really hard but a light protein treatment, like the 2-minute reconstructor that I use. Like, use that like once a week or once every 2 weeks to help your hair to add that protein back into your hair. Definitely need that protein to help lock in that moisture, especially if you're continuously putting that moisture in your hair, keeping it moisturized. They'll definitely prevent breakage and help combat the dryness that comes along with it. Oh, well, I already said deep condition is a must. So step 1 is moisture. Step 2, deep condition. Every chance you get, deep condition. Definitely deep condition. I wish I knew how to put the words like right across, like deep condition. Just imagine you see that deep condition, exclamation point, exclamation point. And also, you have to be, step 3, you have to be very gentle with detangling. Detangling? It sounds so weird, but you have to be very, very careful. When it's not dyed, it's very easy to be a little bit rough and not worry about your hair breaking, because it is at its peak of healthiness. Like, the protein is great, the elasticity is there, the moisture is there, everything that you need to be a little rough without wanting to tear your hair out is there. But once you bleach it, your hair is a lot more fragile. So the best bet is to start off, 1, what I do with my hair is extremely manual. Even now, I put conditioner on it. I try to get it in sections as best as I can, and I put conditioner on it or a deep conditioner on it and let that sit and just work its magic. Because once the hair is nice and conditioned and moisturized and pliable, it's easier to detangle. And probably it's better to start off with a light finger detangle. That way you can get rid of those big knots without getting a comb and just tearing through your hair. So definitely be very gentle with detangling, as well as try to start off with a light finger detangle so you can get all of that big knots and those little bitty single strand knots without worrying about actually like ripping your hair. Another one is protect your ends. Is already hard enough, like protecting your ends when it's not dyed, because you know when it rub against clothes or whatever, it kind of like breaks off. But it's even more so when your hair is bleached. Like I said, it's in a more weakened state until it builds back that protein, that moisture, amino acids that it needs to be how it used to be, while maintaining your color. So definitely you may have to do a look protective styles more often just to give your ends that break, or you know, just to give your hair that break in general, that time it needs to cope with all the damage that it receives. So definitely I did do protective styles a lot more when my hair was bleached, just because like I said, the dryness and you know, my ends did break off more than usual, so I would put it up that way, you know, my hair is protected and I'm able to retain that length that is needed. For me, not in general, length is not needed, but that is needed for me. So, and another thing would be to help, you know, take care of your hair is to go a while, like months, between dyeing your hair again or bleaching. And definitely do not re-dye or re-bleach parts that's already been bleached. Like, definitely I learned that lesson, reasons why I had to cut my hair eventually. But definitely wait a while, because your hair is trying to bounce back, and if you go ahead and bleach it again, especially those same areas, you're causing more damage, which honestly, from a lot of videos I've seen, there's really no coming back from that. It's basically your hair just starts to break off. And my hair didn't break off just because when I bleached my hair that second time, especially over the parts that were already bleached, one, I had dyed my hair entirely black to cover up the past bleaching. Second, it had been like over a year since my first initial bleaching, and I just decided to do it again. So that's why my hair particularly didn't break off like that, is because it was so much time in between bleaching. I do not recommend re-bleaching areas. I do not recommend that, because the first time I bleached it, my pattern did change, but then it kind of reverted back to that tight curl. The second time I re-bleached those areas, there was no going back. It was not straight, it was not no struggles, it was just extremely loose, like almost like 3B, 3C curly hair. Like, they're extremely loose curls. So I definitely do not recommend doing that. So do go a while, and if you do retouch your bleach or retouch your color, just stay on the parts that are completely virgin, that is completely like has no bleach on it, no dye on it, and just go from there. And you just have to maintain your hair. You have to keep up with your hair. And lastly is, once you get all this much needed moisture in your hair, all this much needed protein in your hair, you need to seal it in with any kind of oil, butter, whatever works for you, cream, but you probably want to still follow up with the oil or butter, because it definitely locks in that moisture a lot better than a cream, to me particularly. But yes, so these are my steps. Let me know if you have any other stuff, if you're currently dyed or bleached, and there are steps that has helped you to maintain your natural hair while it's bleached and dyed, and I have not mentioned it. Shoot, please feel free to comment down below and let me know and let others know how they can keep up with your hair. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like, share these videos with your friends, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you like me enough to continue with me, but if not, I understand, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.